Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Good morning, Bix Weir. RoadRoo.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. Don't forget your C60 gummies, or just C60. The gummies are great. C60 in the bottle is good too. You need to take care of your body. They're throwing all kinds of crap at you through your food, through your water, through the air. You need to take care of your body. We are starting the cleanse, the Raw 21 reboot on Saturday evening, Saturday night. It's Sunday it starts. I screwed this up the time before. It's at midnight on Saturday night that it starts. So Sunday is the start, so we can finish right before the Super Bowl to destroy our bodies the next day. It's a 3-week program. Go to raw21reboot.com. Let me show you guys. It's a self-guided. Come on now. It's a self-guided program. So you can do it yourself, or you can do it with a bunch of people. Go check it out. It's all free, by the way. This is 100% free. Amy put this together a couple years ago. We did it to get in shape then. It did a great job. You're going to see me disappear and shrink and look a lot healthier over the next 3 weeks. And why not get on board? So go check it out. Raw21reboot.com. It's got the recipes. It's got all the information you need. If you want to join the Telegram, click on the subscribe below and send Amy an email saying you want to join the Telegram group. All right, let's talk about silver. Same shit, different day. I was reading Ted Butler the other day. Things have changed in Ted's world. He believes, because usually the managed money, the people are mainly like tech funds, will hang in there and chase price to a point. They aren't loading up on the long side. That's good news, because those are the entities that sell the most for silver. So they aren't really loading up on the long side. It's kind of like everybody's just kind of wondering what's going on. And Ted was saying that in 1979 going into 80 and as well as 2011, the tech funds didn't really catch most of that. You know, they'll cap out. They'll say, "Oh, I made 10% of my money. I sell, and then the price of silver goes crazy, and they're not on board." And that's part of what the bad guys want. They don't want anybody on board except them, obviously. Kind of with cryptos. That's why they're attacking cryptos. They don't want anybody on board except them until they have most of it to control it. And they do that with market manipulation. As Rustin Benham, the head of the CFTC, says, it's the market structure that was able to tamp down the price of silver. The market structure, remember, most of the people who trade on the COMEX are these big commercial banks. And if it's not them trading for their own account, as you can see with JP Morgan, they're running other people's books. They tell them what to do. They advise them. Your broker says, I wouldn't do that. That's what they do. And they're in the know. And then they communicate with each other when to slam. So that's the market structure that Rustin Benham, the head of the CFTC, was referring to. Is illegal. It's actually illegal for the price of the COMEX silver to be dictating regular pricing of physical silver. It's a futures and options exchange, not a true physical silver exchange. There is no true physical silver exchange on the planet. Kind of weird, huh? Anyway, and check out. I'm sure like the managed money are looking at this, and it's over the 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day moving averages, clearly well over. But again, they're not loading up because they're basically they've tapped out. They sold out around here, thinking, okay, we've made our money. Now we're gonna wait to short on the downside. But there's no there's a small amount of managed money that is going for the long run. So who's gonna sell? If the managed money doesn't sell, it would have to be those holding actually silver for different reasons. So it'll be interesting. This has happened twice in the past, 1979 and 2011. I don't know when it would break and when we could see anything. But just keep an eye on it. It's, of course, still managed. The structure manages it, and that's the whole nature of derivatives. And Chris Giancarlo, the ex-head of the CFTC, said the exact same thing. He said, we have to create crypto derivatives, otherwise the price will just keep going up. So they use derivatives to control the price. And then at the beginning, the derivatives are small, and then like silver, the derivative comes 100, 200, 300 times the underlying asset. That's the way to control the world, my friends. Pretty simple when you think about it. All this was put together early on in the early 70s by Alan Greenspan, writing the first computer programs to rig markets. Taken over by the banksters, and the U.S. government is highly involved. The U.S. Mint is involved with their huge hedge book. And the U.S. Mint, by the way, they did post last night. They're supposed to be posting every night the amount of silver eagles they make, but they posted last night after 2 weeks. Good job, Ventress. They're at 3.9 million ounces. Now, 3.9 million, you might think, oh, God, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of ounces for a month. Not for January. Remember, January, they shut down. The U.S. Mint actually shuts down pretty much in November and December to change out to the 2023 coins. They basically have to change dies and some straps and labeling type of stuff. Well, there's no need to shut down. As a matter of fact, they didn't when JP Morgan was raking in all that physical silver. They didn't shut down in December. And I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, 3.9 probably will be the number. Maybe get up to 4.5 by the end of January. Hopefully over 5 would be nice. And then every month it should be 3 to 4 million ounces. 3 to 4 million ounces per month. And Ventress Gibson has not been able to do that, not even close, not even a third of it. So keep an eye on that. Anyway, here's the 2015. This was the biggest year for Silver Eagles. Look, in January it was 5.5. And now Ventress has said they've expanded the Silver Eagle production. So they can do over 5.5 million. And then it was 3, 2. I mean, look at July of 2015, they did 5. And the whole year was 47 million ounces. Now that's the capacity of the U.S. Mint to make Silver Eagles. They did in 2015. Ventress says they've expanded capacity. They should be able to do like 60 million coins, but they are not. What's the difference between 2023 and 2015? JP Morgan was the largest buyer in 2015. They were the authorized participant taking all the silver off the exchange. And they tried to hide it. The U.S. Mint tried to hide it by hiding they used to list who the authorized participants are to buy, the authorized dealers are to buy silver directly from the mint. JP Morgan was on that ever since they started in 2000. It was like 2009 or when they bought Bear Stearns. They took over this massive silver short position. The idea was, okay, let's keep silver price low, keep shorting it, and then take the physical off the market. One of the places they got it was the U.S. Mint. That's why there was 47 million coins. So for the JP Morgan, the criminals at JP Morgan, they're fine with colluding. The U.S. Mint's fine with colluding that kind of criminal organization. And if you don't think it's a criminal organization, you're smoking opium. JP Morgan is the most criminal organization right now, currently. It used to be HSBC. I think HSBC is kind of petered out. JP Morgan is strong as ever. And, oh, by the way, this was all about half of this was going to JP Morgan. And if you look at it, I mean, look at these months. In June of 2015, 4.8 million ounces, 5.5 million ounces, 4.9 million ounces, 3.8 million ounces. And look, they worked all through November. They did one of their highest months in November, 4.8 million ounces. And look, December, 2.3 million ounces. I thought they had to shut down for November and December to change over to the next year. The U.S. Mint is a fraud. Ventress Gibson is a fraud. These people need to be stopped, removed, and replaced with good people. Now, within the mint, the people actually making the most beautiful coin in the world, now most popular coin in the world, it's very important. The Silver Eagle is the most popular coin in the world, and you've got massive amount of derivatives games going on. You've got a mint director who's never held that position ever before, nothing even close to it. Her first full year or year and a half in there, she made a third of the Eagles that were made the year before in a COVID year. This is just fraud is all it is. That's your government. I mean, if I was an employee in the Mint, I would start a petition to have the director kicked out. You're embarrassing them. You're embarrassing the employees, the hardworking employees of the U.S. Mint. Anyway, cryptos, same. Remember, cryptos are the future. Don't even expect anything in the near term for cryptos. Cryptos are the future. You should have them in your possession, ready for the future, not caring what the price is. When the banks go down, cryptos are worth zero because no exchanges will be open. They're worth a lot in your own possession, but you won't know the price of anything. When the banks go down, you're not going to know the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum because there'll be no exchanges open. All the exchanges, besides being frauds, are linked to the financial system because they have to be able to cash it out for you into whatever your local currency is. And they pay. How do they pay rent? They pay rent with the fiat money of wherever their operations are running out of. So I think all cryptos are going to go to zero, just like gold and silver. They're going to go to zero because there's no exchanges open. Just like the stock market, the bond market. When the banks go, there is no money to transact, so there are no exchanges open or closed, and there's no prices being determined. That's the kind of thing they've been trying to avoid. And again, it gets back to this. There's no such thing as a smooth transition. Bitcoin Ben and I went around and around on this for years. This is the crypto people's attempt at a smooth transition. It's not working. Pull the Band-Aid. Let's get on with it. Save America. As we go through this smooth transition, we're losing our country. Is it worth a smooth transition to lose the United States of America? I'd say no. And what do? They keep kicking the can on regulation. Crypto panics, then jeers at Department of Justice announcement of major action against tiny Chinese exchange Bitzalato. Yeah, there's some big announcement coming out of the Fed about cryptos, and then it was a dinky exchange. The regulators are not on your side. It should be obvious to everybody. Cryptos are for the people, not for governments or regulators. And then EU postpones the final vote on crypto crackdown bill for a second time in 2 months. They're kicking this can down the road as long as they can. I mean, I think FTX exposed a lot of criminality within the deep state cabal. Who's FTX? Who's Sam Bankman-Fried's attorney? The same people who were the attorneys for Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. This is all the same people. The deep state pedos. Anyway, so many secrets being exposed. Yeah, regulation in crypto should have come 10 years ago when it was 3 years old. Now it's 14 years old. 14 years old, and there's still no regulation. Why? Because they don't want to put regulation in. Then all of a sudden, everybody would be free to invest. Can't have that. But everything's being exposed now. The latest on Hunter Biden. So they link him to the documents in the garage. Here's Hunter driving the car. It has the analysis. The picture actually has all the when it was taken and all that. The same time that the documents were in the garage with the car. 2 young girls in the car. That's what Hunter Biden liked, along with Epstein and all that. And oh, by the way, he was paying his dad like $50,000 a month in rent of his house, and he was they got paid $3 million by this guy of the CCP. This is the same time, and he gave him this diamond after a meeting. Here you go. Here's a diamond. How are these people getting away with it? It's being exposed now. Now's the exposure, and then all of a sudden, everybody else. Right now, the Democrats want Biden out. They want Biden out. They want this shit to go down long before the election so they can try to put someone in. Our elections are not fixed. I don't see any hope for any election ever again. Obviously, they were criminally rigged the last time, and the time before, and the time before. It's been going on for decades. Ever since computer voting came in the 90s, I think it was around the 90s, maybe early 2000s, there hasn't been a free election. But then again, you go back farther, there hasn't been free election. It's who has enough power and control over the media and the Department of Justice and the election boards that they can cheat, lie, and steal. And then ultimately, who has the power of the computer at the end? When they say, okay, here's who won. It is just stupid. We are not this dumb. And all you people who are just waking up because you were Democrats before, every single thing the Democrats said was a lie. Everything they blamed Trump for, they actually did. And that's coming out now. Real exciting. So, yeah, there'll be more of this. It's going to get ugly, and then all the exchanges, all the market's going to shut down. All the banks will just completely die, and then we will have a new form of money. I can't tell you when. I've been waiting 20 years. I can tell you this, we're a hell of a lot closer than we were 20 years ago. Silver was being held under $4, under $5 when I first got into this game. And it's been rigged ever since. We know more about the rigging. We know massively more about the rigging, but it's still rigged. I am talking to Andy Schechtman later today. If you need physical silver in your possession, contact Andy Schechtman at Miles Franklin. Info@Miles Franklin. Send him an email. info@milesfranklin.com. Say, hey, give me your pricing list of what you got in inventory. I'm a big fan of buying what he's got in inventory. You don't want to wait around for any silver at this point in time. You want silver in your own possession. You want to be locked and loaded for the collapse and the transition. Also, I talked to Dave of X22. That'll be posted, I think, this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. Go to roadtoroto.com. Put your name and email address in on the left side so you can stay up to date with all this stuff. On the private road, I just posted a great discussion with our friend Dick Allgaier and Kelly the Miner, a guy in Utah who's an actual miner who goes out and looks at this stuff. And we talk about a few of these great gold stories. And then I'll be talking to Jenny Moonstone today also. So go check that out on the private road. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroto.com. Talk to you later.
Here's a true story about a man just like you. He worked his whole life, he was honest and true. Built up a nest egg the way they said to. Invest in the market, money works for you. And everything is fine, picking the winners every time. Started to believe he could make dollars out of dime. Little did he know he's being primed for a fall. The riggers let you play, then the riggers steal the ball. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. Got to shut down exchanges, trade one for one. We want free markets, well, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. Capitalism, not as bad as they say. The world has never tried it, rigging markets every day. Socialists fail every time in every way. We need a better system to forge a better day. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. There's a crypto solution, if only done right. We can take out the liars, bring dark into light, and trust in the math, not the people who lie. I think we can make it if we give it a try. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. 'Cause free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. Free markets are the road to freedom.